Hello friends, welcome back to the Life Reset Collective. My name is Josh. Today I want to give you an update on my personal life reset, which began back in 2025. And this has been my second life reset. I've been through two, actually. And if you know, you know, right? So, today I'm feeling pretty good. I have been working on my weight loss journey. I was on hardcore keto for about 3 weeks, and I lost quite a bit of weight. Then I started to plateau out, so I went off keto and started doing intermittent fasting. It's been going pretty good. I weighed in this morning, a good firm 12 pounds below my starting weight. I've got a little more to lose. Money wise, it's been tough. I started my own business back in March. I started it earlier than that, but I left my job in March to go full time at my business, my solopreneur business. That's going pretty well. June was my best month yet, and July is set up to be even better than June was. So money wise is getting better. It has been kind of tough. It's been literally like get $1 in, pay bill with $1. It's just been hit or miss. But it's been going pretty good, and it's getting better. I'm really grinding hard. I do almost nothing but work right now, right? Because I'm trying to get my life set back up, trying to get my life put back together in the wake of my life reset. Dating. I have been dating, and it's been pretty successful. However, I will admit I struggle with time because I work so much, and I work at kind of weird hours, so it's a little bit difficult to make dating work as well as I would like it to. For me, getting dates is not a problem. For me, meeting amazing women is not a problem. I love dating. I have a great dating experience. However, at this chapter of my life, I'm on that work mode. I have to be getting money. I have to be furthering my financial position. I've got to get savings built back up. I've got to get health insurance this fall, when open enrollment comes back up. I don't have insurance right now, living in that black zone. I've got to get my house repairs going. I've got some of them done, but my house needs repairing. I've got to get that started. I've got to renovate. I may sell my house. I may just want to renovate it and make it nicer, But at any rate, there's got to be work done to it. So that's stuff that has to get done. It's busy. I'm really busy, and I'm trying to date. And I've met some people who have acclimated really well to my current life, but then I just meet some people, and I will admit, I was seeing this one lady. We went on 2 dates together, or no, we went on 3 dates. We had 3 dates, and they were pretty good. I got along with her. She's really attractive. We had a really good time, I thought. And after this last date, she kind of disengaged from it, went home early, said she just wasn't feeling very good, right? And which is fine, but I've been so busy, I haven't reached back out to her. I haven't reached out for another date, but she hasn't reached out to me. There's a part of me that kind of just wants to wait and see if she's going to reach out, because I have to be in charge of everything. I have to be in charge of my business. I have to be in charge of all of my clients. I have to be in charge of my dating life. Like, if I don't set things up, they don't get set up. If I don't schedule dates, they don't get scheduled. If I don't make money, nobody comes in. If I don't make my clients happy, they just keep getting unhappy. I have to control everything. Everything that is a factor in my life, I have to control. Now, there are some amazing people who help me, right? I'm dating another woman who, she is a huge help, and she does reach out, and she does things for me, and we have a much more interactive life. I date as a non-monogamous man, so I date multiple people, and usually the people I date multiple people. But she is amazing, right? So that's one rare area of life where I actually feel like I get some help from. There are also some people involved in my work who actually, instead of just costing me time and energy and effort, they actually give back. They like help the community and stuff. Amazing. This is kind of rare, but there are those rare people who are amazing in that way. But for the most part, I mean, it's all on me. And I've had to grow a lot through this chapter of my life. Like, I've had, I mean, so much criticism in my work, just about the way I do my work, the way I build my community, the way this and that and this and that. And they criticize so much, so much. And I'm not, I understand, and they complain, right? And then they grumble. And I just bend over backwards, sacrificing the best hours of my day, the best times of my life. Like, I literally put my dating life on a bit of a back burner for my work to try to provide value and quality, and yet grumbling and complaining and barely ever, a thank you or an acknowledgement for the work that is done. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm amazed that I think, what if I lived that way? What if I just grumbled all the time and didn't take action? Nothing would get done. I'd be a miserable wretch, So this comes around to a couple different thoughts. Number one, there's an element of this where I'm happy that I'm the kind of person who generally takes control and moves forward. And I think that when you're resetting your life, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to take control of your life and reach out and kind of take what you want, because no one is going to come save you or help you. No one is going to volunteer to do that stuff for you. Nobody is going to come into your life and just, I don't know, give to you. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to set boundaries for yourself. You need to take command of the things that you want to grow for yourself. Now, as I said, there are some rare exceptions to that in my life. Like, there are some people who come in and actually give. And those are the types of people I think you want to surround yourself with closest. And maybe they're giving because they legitimately care about you. They legitimately are interested in you. They're legitimately wanting to see you succeed. That's different than people who stay around, or you keep them around just because you are always the one making it happen. You're always the one shouldering the burden of those things. So there is an element to all of this that I think, where I'm learning that even deeper right now. I'm also learning the power of advocating for myself, and that I need to do that, and I should do that. And I do it every day, all day long. I advocate for myself. I draw boundaries. I communicate. I take what I can get and what I want from this world, okay? I mean, fairly and honorably, but through hard work and dedication and showing up and being the one willing to make the plans and organize things. But then, I also need to understand that this is just the way of things. In this world, there are not going to be that many people who are going to understand that. I truly, when I look around at my life, and I look around at adjacent lives, people I work with, people I see in the world, people that are my neighbors, family members even. As I look around at the world, I realize how little intentionality there is. I realize how little people actually do for themselves and prioritize themselves, and they do it from a place of confidence, right? Today, I am fine with doing for myself. Today, I am fine with going out and achieving what I want in this world, and I feel no qualms about doing that, but I will admit it gets lonely. I will admit it gets isolating. I will admit I wish that woman had called me back and reached out for once on her volition. But I guess, if they don't reach out, it's because they don't want to, right? or because they just expect it from you or whatever. I think that I'm coming to a place in my life where I, if there's really something to be putting my effort toward, if it's really important, like furthering my career, furthering my business, furthering my own knowledge of the world or my own knowledge of what I'm trying to do, or really furthering my dating life with someone who is incredible, like above, above and beyond incredible for some reason, then yeah, maybe I will shoulder all that work. But I'm also learning in this season that you've got to just sometimes let go of things. You can't juggle everything all the time. And I think that's one of my problems is I start to think that maybe if I do enough, I can juggle everything. And then there will always be abundance. But I'm learning that this is actually not true. That's not true abundance. That's actually a scarcity mentality. A true abundance mentality says, I can totally let go of the stuff that isn't serving me. I can totally let go of the stuff that is just exhausting me. I don't need to juggle all this stuff. I should only juggle the things that really matter. And when I'm ready for another piece to add to the juggle that really matters, it'll be there because the world is abundant. And when I'm ready to step out into the world and put some effort in to collect some experience or some relationship or some business contact that's worthwhile, it will happen. It will happen because of abundance. That's what I'm learning through this phase of my life reset. And we're about, we're roughly, I think, coming up on 8 months into it. 8 months into from the end, over a year from the beginning of that life reset. So it's been about a year and 3 months since I began this particular life reset. Last year at this time, it was hell. My life was hell. It is so much better now. I have such amazing, incredible, out of this world gratitude for how much better my life is now than it was then. And here's what I want to offer to you today. This channel is to provide hope, help, encouragement, practical steps and tools, and support for people who are going through a life reset. There are many reasons why you might go through a life reset. It might be due to divorce. It might have been because you lost your job. It might have been because you lost your place to live. It might have been because of a death in the family. It could have meant the end of a relationship, an illness diagnosis, a legal problem. There are many reasons why someone might have to restart their life. The reason I started this channel is because not very many people understand what going through a life reset is like. And I realized it was a very lonely time, a very isolating time. And so this video is here to try to help other people who are going through it. If you'd like to book a call with me, you can find a link down in the description. I'm not a coach, but I have been through it. If you'd like to talk, book that call and let's talk. Hopefully that could help you. I'm trying to provide some human support out here for the people going through it. And with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for coming back for another episode of the Life Reset Collective. My name is Josh. Please be good to yourself today. All right? I'll see you on the next one.